I promised you guys to try to move a little faster than we normally do, just so I know a few more people have interviews today, so I'll do what I can. All right, so getting right into it, we're in chapter 5, and chapter 5 piggybacks off of chapter 4, right? We've been talking about networking for the past week or so, and we've talked about how important it is to your career. Here's a statistic that you may not have known before. Look at that number. 70% of job seekers, guys, 70% find their jobs through networking. So, what does that mean? That means that a large portion of jobs that are available are filled by people that know people. So that means that the jobs that we see on job boards are the jobs that are left over that weren't filled by word of mouth. That's a lot of jobs, right? If you watch the news, you guys all hear the debate. Oh, there's a lot of jobs. Oh, there's high unemployment. Oh, there's a lot of jobs. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you think there are a lot of jobs that are available right now. If you think there's a lot of jobs up, give me a quick thumbs up. Uh-oh. What about if you think that there's a lot of higher unemployment? If there's more unemployed people than there are jobs, give me a thumbs up. There's no right or wrong. I just want to know what you're thinking. So the truth of the matter is, it kind of depends on your industry, right? There are a lot of jobs that are available, but you know what the problem is? The jobs that are available and the people that are skilled to do the jobs are not in alignment. So there's a lot of unemployed people because they're outskilled or there's not enough jobs in the fields that they're in. And then there's a lot of jobs that are available, but there's not enough people that are skilled to do those jobs. Either way, that's an issue. Would you not say? That's an issue. Because if there's a available work but no available talent, then Houston, we have a problem. So that is something that America is definitely dealing with, and hopefully, I'm starting to see, at least in my industry, especially the tech industry, is starting to try to turn that around. In our industry specifically, there were a lot of people that worked in tech. You guys see it. You see the layoffs and stuff, but a lot of people are probably saying, well, why is that? Well, it's because technology has evolved. I mean, you guys hear it now. What's the biggest thing now is data science, cybersecurity, and AI. Hardware, software, even, you know, software applications, app coding, all that stuff is obsolete. But a lot of people used to go into that 10 years ago, right? Software engineer, AI is kind of, uh-oh, something happened. Did you guys still hear me? I went on hold for a second. Somebody went on hold. Can you guys still hear me? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good. So, it's a real thing, right? Do you know what's going on in your industry is the question, right? I know what's kind of going on in my industry. It's one of the reasons why I had to go back to school for yet again, for a fifth time, and I stay in school. But that's part of the reason is because my industry is shifting, so I have to stay on top of it. So it's going to be important that you stay on top of your industry so you'll know what's happening. So another important statistic is this: of the 30% of jobs that are left over, look at that new number. 87% of recruiters look on Indeed and LinkedIn to find people. How many of us even use LinkedIn? So you're telling me, Miss Taylor, that if they're not filled by word of mouth, then most of them are being filled by LinkedIn? Yeah. So that means I'm really getting the leftovers. Mhm. That's part of the problem, right? It's kind of like when you say, "Oh, I'm looking for a mate," And the first thing people say is, "Where are you looking?" "Oh, well, I go to the grocery store and I go to church." You might need to broaden your horizons, right? It's the same thing when you look for a job. Like, where are you looking? You got to go where the jobs are. Real statistic, guys. And then, of course, we already know the next one, 75% of the recruiters, when they do find your resume, they're going to use ATS. They're not going to waste time trying to look for keywords. They're just going to use the ATS system. So if you're not networking, you don't have online profiles, you're not making sure your resume is in alignment with job descriptions, then you're begging to be unemployed, right? You're basically saying, "Oh, I can wait 6, 7 months before I get a job." Now, a lot of us, hopefully, have been doing our networking. We know our industry. Give me a thumbs up if you think that you know the top companies in your industry, in your area. Give me a thumbs up if you think you have a handle on who those people are. Okay, I see one. If you're in the VA program, do you know all the key clinics and hospitals? Do you know what they do, what they specialize in? You're in HVAC. Do you know what I mean? Come on, this is Florida. This is Florida, so HVAC people should stay employed. Who's in the HVAC program?
Construction people too, and truck drivers.
You say construction and truck drivers?
Yeah.
Listen, now, I
I
don't
get
know,
all
Kim.
type of.
Well,
I got like three careers already. I
I
ain't really
feel
tripping
you.
on.
Listen, I don't know. How do you
Right
feel
now.
about those remote control truck driving cars now?
I don't know. I don't drive truck no more, so I just saying truck drivers should get jobs too. Just
But
they should have.
no, I hear you. How do you feel about that remote truck driving? Do you think that's safe,
I
or
didn't
how do you
really
feel?
hear. I didn't really hear about it, but shit, I
Really?
wouldn't trust. I wouldn't trust no truck.
Man,
I wouldn't trust no remote truck to drive. Hell no.
well, you check out Elon Musk and those guys and what they're doing. Oh, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. They're trying to make everything autonomous. Um, but you definitely need to know what's going on in your industry. Now, I would say obviously if you work in the HVAC field, you probably have a higher chance of being hired in the South, but regardless, you need to know who are the key players. Where do they get most of their customers from? Are is this particular company works a lot with, the aviation authority, because everybody either works for Lockheed Martin, the aviation authority, or some type of military base here in Florida. Like, you need to know, like, is my company really big on government contracting? Are they really big on state work? Are they really big on commercial? Like, you need to know who the key players are in your industry. That will help you, in your job search and obviously with your career goals. Where should you be networking? Well, of course, like I said, LinkedIn is a big one, but there's other stuff that you can get. Even when you do career fairs and job fairs, guys, you don't have to just go there just to find a job. You can also go there to network. Clearly, if you're going there, you're probably looking for a job. But also, there's a lot of companies around, and you can network with other companies that maybe you don't qualify now, but you may qualify later, and you get to see what's happening in your industry. Like, I'm a big believer in going to job fairs, right? Clearly, those people are there because they need people. So why not go there and start rubbing elbows and start to connect? Obviously, your existing network, like I said before, if you guys don't do nothing else, at least connect with each other on LinkedIn once you get your LinkedIn accounts. That should be a no brainer. Professional associations, I really love them. It's how you get to know people, recruiters. Even if you are not in the job market, or maybe you are in the job market, if you know recruiters, and I would even Google it if I were you, recruiters in my industry, and send them your resume. Hey, I know that you're recruiting for, these types of jobs. I just want to send you over my resume. Like, you'd be surprised. I get called by recruiters all the time. So don't ever be shy to, take the initiative and send people your resume. You never know, right? They don't know you, so they could have a position open, but, closed mouth doesn't get fed. So make sure that you are networking. It's going to be very, very important. If you can go to conferences, go to conferences. That's just how you meet some of the heavy hitters, but also it's how you get to know what's happening in your field. So what is networking? Talking to people. That's all it is. is talking to people, right? That's the great thing about having a professional network because it's just people who support part of your career, and you guys have the same goals in mind. You know, friends and family are great guys, but sometimes they're not the best people to talk to about your career goals, or definitely not the intricacies of your day-to-day work, right? They don't want to hear that mess, right? But who does? Like people in your industry, your fellow industry members, you guys have like minds. Those are the people that you want to talk to, bounce things off of, collaborate, or whatever. And this is why we wanted you guys to do that informational interviewing project. We wanted you to just go out, talk to somebody, preferably somebody that has a little bit of managerial experience, and just hey, get a feel for, what do they go through on a day-to-day basis. It could be your parent, it could be your big brother, your uncle, your cousin, your next door neighbor. You knew they were managing something, but you never paid attention. But go sit down and talk to them about it. You will be surprised at what they tell you. You'll probably understand better why maybe your spouse or loved one, always, is stressed out because they're dealing with all these different things, and maybe they've told you, but you never really paid attention. But now that you're about to get into your own career and you may be managing a project team, it may be important to understand the nuances of management. So it's good just to get out. And what does informational interviewing do really? It is a tool for networking. People love to give you advice. That's an easy no-brainer. You just go to someone and say that you want to run something past them, you want to pick their brain, you want to, get their feedback on your career goal. Who doesn't want to do that? People are flattered. You'd be surprised. People are flattered when you do that. And you can even do that online. You can do that. You can go to LinkedIn, you can see someone there and you can just hit them up. It's not like Instagram or Facebook where people think you're trying to go out with them. On LinkedIn, everybody expects you to be there for your career, right? They do not expect you to do anything else. I've even seen some people like get really testy when people even post personal stuff on LinkedIn because it's really not the platform for that. I'm really excited that LinkedIn has been able to sustain its professionalism because some people always have that itch to showcase personal stuff, and sometimes people get really testy with them and they're like, okay, this ain't Instagram. And the person is like, excuse me, because people want to just keep it professional. You have CEOs on LinkedIn. You'd be surprised, and they want to hear your feedback on things. But if you are on LinkedIn and you're just scrolling and you're seeing people and you see somebody that works at a company and maybe you heard something about that company, maybe you heard that they're coming to your town and you want to just ask, hitting that person up real quick with a quick little message, you'd be surprised. It is so easy to connect with people on LinkedIn because they expect you to be connecting with them for business, right? That's why I love it because professional networks are very, very different from social networks, right? Everybody's looking for an opportunity to connect because you never know how somebody can be of support to you. But something that you really, really want to make sure of, my friends, when you are connecting with people from a professional standpoint, don't be self centered, as the slide says. You need to reciprocate. What does that mean? That means that if you are on LinkedIn and you're connected to people and you see people say, oh, I just got promoted, or here's a new article I've written, give them a thumbs up. Say, way to go. You never know when you're going to need that connect. And you don't just want to connect with people when you need something. Now, nobody likes that, right? Even in a professional sense. Make sure that you are connecting with people. You are, responding to what they have out there. If you see them say, hey, we're going to be doing this forum on, HVAC and technology in the Central Florida area, all are welcome to come. You got time, and it's online. If you have time to pop in, right? Get your name out there. Remember, now that you're in an industry, your world is small. Get your name out there, right? Don't just rely on, oh, I know I'm a good worker. That's nice. But if people don't know your name, it's very difficult to network. You want people to know your name. You don't just want your reputation to be at that one company. So if you're out and you're networking and you're in the HVAC program and Yeah, let's say you work for ABC company and they know you do a good job, but you're also part of the HVAC association and maybe you've gone to a couple of conferences and you let them know what you do at ABC company, but you also let them know that you have an interest in HVAC and technology and you're building your network, and let's say a year from now some guy that you connected with at one of these associations has an opportunity. You guys connected on LinkedIn and he'll remember you, right? He'll remember you. Be like, oh yeah, that's that guy I met at such and such, right? You don't have to, go through Indeed.com. So I'm just telling you guys, networking is so so important. And guess what? When does it start? Right now. Do we really need to rehash all the different companies that started in college? Anybody know some of the major companies where people started in college? Can we think of one or two? Like what? Meta, Apple, Amazon, like all these people started in college, some by themselves, some with others. In college, network in college. You guys hear about it all the time. It's one of the reasons why some people love going to Ivy League schools. Is it because that the work is that much harder? No, they go to network. They go to network. They know if they go to this Ivy League school, all the people, they funnel these people right to these major accounting firms, major consulting firms, and so they get a straight shot just from networking. That's why they go. They don't go because they're 10 times smarter than anybody else, right? So if you can afford $100,000 of network, hey, go for it. But networking is important now. Obviously, face to face, as we've always said, anything face to face is going to be ideal, right? Because people get to talk to you, they get to see you, you know, have your business card ready to go. Even if you don't, I mean, if you know you're going to be doing some networking, I would say create business cards. Obviously, if you have a company, most times they're going to give you business cards, especially if you are working on the residential side. Keep you a couple business cards on deck. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you're going to bump into somebody. You could bump into somebody at a restaurant, and always stay in business mode. I know you're thinking, oh, I'm an employee. You're not an employee anymore. You're a professional. So always have, always have your business, which is you, right? Because you're promoting you at the top of your mind, and stay ready. They say if you stay ready, you don't ever have to get ready. When you're out face to face networking, have your business cards on deck. Also, understand that, there's an etiquette to networking. Some of us know that the obvious things, but just having good manners when you're networking with people, simple things. The book talks about it, everything from having your business card, how to enter a room, like when you're engaged with people, when you're doing face-to-face networking, you don't hog up all their time. Nobody wants to be that weird guy that you find one person, you latch onto them because maybe you have some, nervousness about meeting new people. People come to events, they come to network. So it's important that you work the room. A lot of times when you're going to a major conference, they'll send you a list of all the people that are going to be there. Not all the attendees, but at least all the companies, right? You should have an idea of what it is you're trying to do if you're going to ever go to one of those types of events. So you have an agenda in mind, right? Obviously, of course, other things, dressing properly, not having your devices on, that nothing is more rude nowadays than, having your digital device out when you're engaged with someone, or even having your digital device face up when you're, at a table. A lot of times people don't even realize those things are considered inappropriate. But the more you talk to people, the more you'll know. One thing I didn't know is this whole eye concept of eye concept. Now, here in the Western world, we are known for firm handshakes and eye contact. Is that not the case? But when I traveled abroad, when I went to Asia, when I went to Africa, they're not known for that. Like they're not known for like staring somebody down in the eye and, firm handshakes. And I was doing that and they actually had to like pull my coattail and be like, or even, the bravado in our voice. Us Americans, we feel like, you speak confidently, you speak firmly, firm handshake, everything is, firm. And in other cultures, it's not like that. Tyler, you want to say something? I'm not sure. I see hands going up. And I had to learn that. I remember when I went to teach in Ghana in West Africa, they didn't speak above a whisper. And I used to have to ask all my students, like, speak up, speak up. I can't understand what you're saying, right? But that was a sign of respect to me. They didn't look me in my eye, and here I am bobbing and weaving, trying to catch people's eye contact, and they wouldn't look you in the eye, and I'm like, oh my god, this is driving me nuts. But it's a very Western thing, so those little nuances you have to learn, and people had to learn, in America, we have that. Is anybody from, like, somewhere other than America where you had a certain etiquette that we don't do here in America?
Yeah, I'm from the Virgin Islands. We don't do taxes. We don't have taxes on what we pay for. We just whether it's 500, it's 500. You don't like $550 or 500 and whatever the tax is.
Oh, you don't
No,
do taxes at all?
no, we don't tax on nothing. If a car is $1,000, I mean $50,000, it's just 50,000. Ain't no taxes on that. None of that.
Hmm. How does your government make money? Just curious.
I don't know. I don't even live there no more, so I really don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I was 18 when I left, so I
Sure,
really
sure,
work.
sure. I know it's not like you paid. Trust me, I get it. Anthony, were you going to say something?
Man, I was born in Germany and I lived there for a couple of years, but I left when I was 9, so I don't really. But the people over there are kind of rude.
No, it's funny. Now, see, that is something, Now, we say rude. Other people may say matter of fact. Now, they say, I don't know if it's true. Y'all tell me. They say Americans are known for being too playful, that
Each
we're
other.
known for not taking things.
My thing.
Did somebody say true? Go ahead, Sandra.
Yeah, I was born in Spain. But I have a question.
Uh-huh.
You said you was gonna unlock my midterm, and it's still not unlocked.
Sandra, uh, you, everything is some. I thought I did like unlock everything, but what?
Yo,
Let
I'm
me
sorry to
see.
stop the class like that.
No, no, that's fine, but I pretty sure I did. But okay, I'll do that. But who else would want to say something? Sandra's like, listen, I'm talking about something else. Um, I don't forgot what I was saying now. You threw me off.
No, I mean I answered your
Um,
question. I was born in
but
Spain
you
though.
guys have a certain thing that you guys do that we don't.
Uh, besides talk different language.
The who do what?
Besides talking a different language.
Besides talking to, yeah, just like a, something that's cultural to you guys that's not to us. Yeah, it's open. I don't know. Let me. I think I. Let's talk after class.
All
You
right,
may. I
thank
think you may be in a different situation because it's open. Did
All
you
right, thank
open it? It's open. I'm looking at it.
you. No, it doesn't like let me go in it.
And Miss Taylor, mine is locked as well for the midterm.
Are you what come? Are you ATS or
I'm,
STC?
I'm ATA.
Yeah,
ATA.
I'm ATA as well.
Oh, maybe that's why. Hold on. You guys are on a different system. I should say, announce yourself. I keep forgetting you guys. You guys are all over the state and you're on different systems. Um, Give me one sec. Let me do this for them guys. Sorry. They say you don't ask, you don't get, right?
Yeah.
Sandra's like, let me ask now. So let me see.
Yeah.
No, okay. It says open. I don't know what's going on, guys. Open until the 24th. All right. Did you guys try to go into it already? Is that
Yeah, I tried it already.
no? I'm saying, did you open it once?
Yeah.
That's why you opened it once, and once you open it, you can't open it again. Did you do that too? The other person?
Yeah, that's the same thing that happened to me.
What'd you open it for and close? You can't open it and close it.
Because like I opened it and it just locked me out.
I was trying to see it for
I was like on my like
No, you
fifth,
can't do
fourth
that. We do
question.
that on purpose. You can't see it and then close it. Why would you do that? What are you trying to see? It's unlimited. It's an open book.
like I was trying to see the questions.
Well, it does. There's no need to do that because it's open book, no time limit. See my point?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I get what you're trying to do, but it's not necessary. It's open book, no time limit. All right. So
Is it like retakeable?
well, I'm making it. Hold on, I got to do it for you guys now since you did that. I have to.
If I schedule my Mac interview for next week and I could do this Friday, I could call them and do it this Friday, right?
This Friday, yes, y'all need to get those
Now,
done.
cause I had scheduled.
Are
Remember, I
you
said
also
yesterday.
ATA? Who's talking to me?
King, what Kim? What?
Hold on, let me get back to the class because I was doing something else. All right, who's talking? I can't. That was
What?
Who's talking now? Sandra?
No,
Kim. What? What
Kimwell?
do you?
Kimwell, what program are you in? What
He's back.
company? No, I'm sorry. What campus?
Southern Tech.
Oh, STU. So yeah, listen, you guys got to get those done. I don't want anybody interviewing after Monday. This coming
My
Monday.
I
That's
think
week
my just
4.
schedule for is Monday. I think
All right, that's
I
it.
just
Last
called.
day.
I was gonna call
Yeah.
on the day, but my phone got cut and I just paid the bill, so
No,
it's
I get it. I get it. Monday is the cutoff. All right.
all right. I'm gonna call them tomorrow and everything.
Yeah, yeah, you need to call them ASAP, okay? Because that if you don't you don't do the interview, that's 400 points because that one interview is connected to 3 other assignments.
Damn.
Cause
I'll do it.
yeah,
I'm gonna.
yeah, please,
400
please,
points.
even huh? Yeah, because you're talking about 100 points for setting the interview, 100 points for doing the interview, 100 points for doing the debrief, and 100 points for doing the thank you letter.
all these assignments for week 2.
And you can even do the mock interview on over the phone. I've said this, like,
Let's go you had to do this shit. Or was it?
huh?
It's 250 where I say.
All right. So y'all understand? All right. So let me wrap this up real quick, and then if you guys still have questions, you can ask me in a minute. Um. So let's see where we at. So getting back here, just eye contact, those types of things. It is culture specific, but in America, definitely eye contact is important. Even when you're doing online networking, there certain things. Obviously don't stalk somebody online, and I know that may sound like common sense, but I've been stalked. I was stalked by this one professor when I used to hire professors, and she was in Miami. I'll never forget her. She was on LinkedIn too. She sent me her resume, and I didn't reach out to her. I think I may have said something to her like, we're interviewing, or thank you for your interview, but I mean your resume, but we're moving forward or whatever. And she was like, why? I know I'm qualified for the job. And she was like going in on me. And I was just like, whoa, 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 my friend, you know, um, you may be, qualified according to you, but there's how many resumes I got. And so, I mean, she had stalked me for a while before I even responded to her. So don't be that person, right? Don't stalk people. But so you want to have certain etiquette with that. Very very important. All right. Now you will be also doing your LinkedIn. How many of you have a LinkedIn profile?
I did mine already, but I didn't put everything. I just found the old one that question that you asked yesterday. One of the
Hmm.
homeworks I did, and I just find my LinkedIn account and then just screenshot it and send it.
Yep, that's good. As long as you did it, and that's good. We talked about it yesterday, but just wanted to remind everybody, typically what you fill out on that LinkedIn account, is your profile, headline, the about section, experience and education, and send me that URL that I showed you yesterday. All right? Is everybody good on that? I had a couple of people that I had one person that asked me a question about the assignment yesterday that was, doing those keyword searches on yourself, trying to find you. The only thing I was asking is, do a Google search on yourself, see if you can find anything about yourself, and, um, write back on if you found anything, but just write out what you did. So, the first thing I did was I went to google.com. I put in my name. I looked to see if I could find something on myself. Because remember what I told you guys about, posting all that stuff. You want to see if your name pops up on any type of site. Anything you've posted pops up. That was the whole point of that, is to try to see if someone were to Google you to see if they can find anything. So just write out the steps that you took. That's what that assignment was about. Does anybody have any questions on that? Guess it's good if you if you didn't find anything. It's also, uh, you know, uh, it helps you to know that it's a good opportunity. You have a clean slate for you to start to do some positive stuff, and hopefully do it about, your industry that you're in now, right? So start posting about your industry, put it in public forums. So if somebody pulls your name up, they can start to see that. So sometimes no news is good news, right? All right, my friends. So here's your participation question for today. I wanted to know, just want to know, reputation, is it important? Is it not important? Would you or would you not work at a company because of their reputation? Would that bother you? Or would you be like, no, money is money? Just want to know how you feel about that. That's your question for today. All right. If you guys don't have any questions, you are free to go. Anybody has any questions, you go ahead and stay back. Those guys that I was helping out with the midterm, go ahead and stay back for a sec. Everybody else, you're free to go. Or if you have questions, please stay back.